Why is it that so many industries have evolved at lightning speed, but construction? Not so much. We've gone from landlines to smartphones, mail to instant messaging, taxis to ride sharing, but construction? In many ways, it still looks like it did decades ago. Bricks, mortar, scaffolding, a lot of noise and dust, and months and sometimes years on site to finish the job. But here's the thing, that's starting to change. And the big reason why? It's something called Modern Methods of Construction, or MMC for short. My name's David Warbridge, Associate Director at Harris & Clarke. And today we're going to break it all down. What is it? Why is it gaining traction? Where does it work best? And yeah, we'll talk about some of the downsides too. It's not all sunshine and steel frames. So let's start simple. What is MMC? Modern Methods of Construction is a catch-all term for new, innovative ways of building that are faster, smarter and more efficient than traditional techniques. Instead of building everything on site, MMC shifts a lot of the process off-site into controlled factory settings. That means components of buildings like walls, floors, entire rooms can be built somewhere else, then transported to site and assembled like a giant 3D puzzle. It's not just about prefabrication either. It includes things like 3D printing, advanced robotics, modular systems, and even the use of alternative, more sustainable materials like cross-laminated timber. In a nutshell, it's construction that's more industrialised, more precise, and usually a whole lot faster. So why are we talking about this now? What's the big deal? Well, for starters, speed. One of the biggest advantages of MMC is that you can drastically reduce build time. Instead of months or even years on site, you can deliver finished structures in weeks. Because while the foundations are being dug, the actual building is being made somewhere else. You're doing multiple stages at once instead of one after another. All of this activity though needs careful planning and coordination. The more time that the design and delivery teams are given before everything appears on site, the more we can reduce the chances of encountering issues. That kind of speed is a game changer though, especially in sectors like housing, healthcare and education where demand is outpacing supply. And then there's efficiency. Building in a factory environment means fewer delays, less weather disruptions and much tighter quality control. Everything is more predictable, which is a rare luxury in traditional construction. It's also better for the planet. MMC typically creates less material waste, uses more sustainable materials, and can be designed with energy efficiency in mind from the get-go. So it's not just faster, it's greener too. And let's not forget about costs. While there's sometimes a higher upfront investment, the long-term savings through shorter timelines, fewer delays and lower labour requirements can really add up. Plus, the more we scale these technologies, the cheaper and more accessible they will become. Before I make it sound like the silver bullet for every construction problem, let's take a breath to talk about the downsides too. First off, as I mentioned earlier, upfront costs. Even though it can save money in the long run, MMC often requires a bigger investment at the beginning. Starting up manufacturing systems, transporting large modules to site, and hiring skilled people who actually know how to work with this stuff. That can be expensive. Then there's a design flexibility issue. Because of a lot of MMC relies on modular systems, there can be some limitations when it comes to unique or super bespoke designs. You're often working within a set framework, and while that's great for efficiency, it might not suit every creative vision. Another one, logistics. Getting massive building components from factory to site isn't always simple, especially in tight urban areas. You have to think about transport restrictions, road access, cranes. It takes serious coordination. Finally, we've got the skills gap. The construction industry has traditionally trained people for on-site manual roles, but MMC calls for a wider and different skill set. More tech-savvy, more manufacturing-focused, and right now we're still playing catch-up in terms of workforce development. So, when should you actually consider using MMC? If you're building something that needs to go up quickly, MMC is a strong contender. Think housing developments, student accommodation, hotels, hospitals, any project that needs standardisation, speed or scalability. MMC can absolutely deliver. It's also a great fit when you've got tight site access or locations that are hard to work in. Building off-site means you're not wrestling with space constraints or inner city traffic every day. And of course, if sustainability is a key goal, modern methods of construction are often far more aligned with carbon neutral targets and eco-friendly materials than traditional builds. But if you're doing a one-off, highly customised build on a rural site or a heritage project that needs traditional materials and craftsmanship, MMC might not be the best fit there. Who's actually using this stuff? The residential sector is a big one, especially affordable housing. Government and developers are under pressure to build more homes faster, and MMC helps meet these goals. Healthcare and education are also huge adopters. Hospitals, schools, need to go up fast and they need to be functional from day one. MMC makes that possible. Then there's hospitality. Hotels, student dorms, and even some retail spaces, anywhere that benefits from repeatable designs and fast delivery, MMC fits right in. And finally, infrastructure. We're even seeing modular buildings, rail stations and public service buildings being built this way. To wrap it all up, modern methods of construction aren't just a trend, they are a real, scalable response to the challenges we're facing in construction. Rising costs, housing shortages, climate goals, you name it. They're not going to replace traditional construction completely, but they're becoming a bigger part of the conversation. Whether you're in the industry thinking about a build or just curious about where the world's headed, MMC is something worth paying attention to. Alright, that's it from me today. If you've got thoughts about MMC, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And if you enjoyed this little dive into the future of building, give this video a like, hit that subscribe button for more. And as always, if you need any help or advice on this or how we might be able to benefit from MMC, please feel free to ring our friendly team on 02381 550051 and I'll see you in my next video.